So we started. I'd said, "Hey, I'm starting this podcast. Want to have some people on that I don't know," and a bunch of people hit me up.
Yeah, I can't imagine what that reply was like. Just like getting blown up.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
You were one of like the first handfuls of people, and I was just saying yes to people. And then like after you responded saying like all the stuff that you're going through, I was like, oh, this is gonna be tight. So like, who are you?
So like, I don't know. I tell people I'm just some dude. Like I'm just some dude from St. Louis. And my name's Tyler Harris. I work at Jefferson Barracks National Cemetery as a caretaker. I'm absolutely not a representative of Jefferson Barracks National Cemetery, nor the federal government. So just to make that clear. But I ended up there through a really strange path in life. Joined the military at 21, joined the Army, went to Iraq twice, came home, got recalled to active duty, sent back a third time, and came home. Worked at Savas Communications, just doing super dork tech support, for large server configuration stuff. Went in and did hosting tech there, like actually doing installs of new servers. And then I got a letter that said, like, pursuant to presidential decree, congratulations, you're going back to Iraq. Wow. So
after how long?
I'd been out since 2007. I got that in 2008.
Wow. Thank you for your service, man.
Dude, I appreciate it.
What is that for real, man? I've wondered, like, I love the United States, right? When I see service members, like one of my regrets I think about is like not serving in the military, right? When I say thank you for your service, I'm saying thank you for what you've provided. But like, does that mean anything to you? Do you hate hearing that?
So it's real, like, this is a big topic of conversation.
Okay.
And so for me, like, the answer is always like, thank you for your support. Like, that's just like the default answer. And I mean that because a lot of the people who say thank you are people who were sending packages to us. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know how many people that I have no idea who they are. I was reading through cards and they're like, and we sent you, deodorant and beef jerky. And it's like, awesome. Like, I'm never going to meet you, but this is like
you can cuss.
I don't have this. Yeah.
Right. It made you feel cared for?
Yeah. So when people say that, like, I get it. Like, I get what they mean and I get what they're saying. And it doesn't ever feel like trite or kind of just like, thanks for your service. Mm-hmm. It always like, if someone's saying that, they obviously mean it enough to vocalize it.
Fair enough. So, who do you got called back? What was your reaction?
Fuck.
Yeah.
I was so as a commo guy, like I ran phones and switches, like, Radar O'Reilly and MASH, like you had that big ass switchboard. Right. We still used that during the ground assault in Iraq. Like we were using these fucking switchboards with fucking punch cables and shit. Yeah. So that's what I did. And when I got called back, I got sent with a National Guard unit. Mm-hmm. And I don't really, my personal opinion about them doesn't really matter, but I didn't have the best time there. And
with the National Guard?
Yeah.
Okay.
To me, it wasn't the same as like, these are dudes that I lived with and trained with every day, and we deployed and knew what we were doing. And then I get with these guys that I've never seen before, and they'd, it just was a different experience. So I got home and work sounded real dumb. Like it sounded real dumb to go back to work. So I went to school. Mm-hmm. And my buddy Nate said, like, if you're going to do graphic design, go to Flow Valley, like start there. I did. It was the best advice I got. Like, they grounded me, especially somebody like I dropped out of high school, dude. Like, I haven't had math since 8th grade.
Right.
Like, I'm like 2 + 2, I got nothing. So, they really helped me through and like got me back into the education system. And then I went to Webster and got a BFA, graduated from there, and I was kind of freelancing, doing websites, picking up little stuff here and there, and that kind of just phased out of my life. Crash landed for a while at my, my former brother-in-law's house, and then we kind of built ourselves back up from there.
Meaning, like, did you check out?
Like mental, like I had a. So when I got out in 2007, they said like, you get sent to go to CNP at the VA, and one of the CNP things I got sent in for.
What does CNP mean?
Something in pension, I forget.
Okay.
I just remember the acronyms.
Got it.
So like I went and did that, and it's looking like I I may not have been as honest during some of those questions as I could have been, and you know, it's something that later on in life I'm having to go back through and deal with. I got a sweet doc now, like this doc at the VA, dude, he's fucking killer, like, just absolutely killer. So like after we crash landed out there, you know, we lost a house. My wife and I, or my ex and I, lost a house. Crash landed at my brother-in-law's, you know. Ended up moving in with a friend who had a similar situation, and like the three of us lived in South City for a while. We lived off 12th Street, you know, just up here in Soulard for a while, and then they just bought a firehouse like up on 2nd Street.
Okay.
Like, you know where the warehouse is?
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, dude.
Tight.
It's fucking awesome.
Are you living there? Are you moving there?
No, dude. I live down by Bevo right now.
Okay.
I'm trying to find, like, if anybody knows of a good bunker for sale, like, sign me up, man. Like,
are you trying to, like, get off the grid?
I'm not trying to get off the grid, but, like, I've been told, I'm a kind of abrasive person sometimes, and I deal with people a lot better, like, on my own terms. So, like, you know, being in large groups of people, it's like, well, this is overwhelming and horrifying, or like one-on-one, I'm like, this is fucking dope. Like, we can do this all day.
Right on. Well, that's crazy, dude. Do you think some of that, and I'm like, have you always been that way? Or it was progressive?
I mean, it's definitely progressive. Like, it got worse over the years, but I mean, also, like, for being somebody who's like kind of an introvert and kind of, you know, the quarantine hasn't been the worst time for me, especially like with some of the other stuff I'm going through right now, like being able to kind of isolate and not be seen as like a hermited weirdo. It's like everybody else is a hermited weirdo too. Like I'm just blending in. So like getting to spend that time with myself and like, you know, just hanging out with my dog, trying to figure out what I'm doing.
I feel that, dude. I'm going through a divorce right now. Yeah.
I fucking...
Dude, it's horrible. And I'm telling you, dude, like, man, I'm still like, because I have this business that's very public.
Sure.
Right? I haven't said this or posted this or talked about this at all.
Yeah.
Dude, I've wanted to hide so bad.
Yeah.
For the past, like, I want to disappear.
Right.
But I'm like, you still got to talk about the French apple pie coming up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, it's been tough. So I'm like, I completely understand what you're talking about.
Is it kind of that, like, are you in that, like, not like fake it till I make it, but like, I know I got to do this, so like, it's going to happen. Like,
there's something, dude, where I'm like, you know what? I don't know what's going on with me right now, but I know I need to stay the course and like act right.
Yeah.
You know, I do myself, my kids, no one else any good by acting the way I feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you
keeping
feel
that
crazy.
in check. Yeah, and keeping that in check, man, that was something that like I struggled with hard. And there were a lot of times where I would just flat out say like, this is not a conversation that I'm having and I'm not a part of this. And like just stepping away. But knowing like as brutal and shitty as it feels to say like, this is not a conversation I'm having, I'm stepping the fuck away. Mm-hmm. What the crap that would have come out of my mouth that I know I didn't mean, or the anger and hostility that I felt that was going to be misdirected either towards people who were not a part of a situation or people who were a part of a situation that didn't need to be blasted by me just because I'm dealing with shit. Mm-hmm. Like looking back now, I'm very pleased with the way I've handled myself, and I think you're fucking spot on, man.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be true to you, and you got to keep you together.
Yeah. So, dude, like you were telling the story. It's crazy, by the way, how many people are going through what we're going through right now.
Dude,
it can feel like you're alone, dude, but like this is like off the charts what's happening right now. Yeah. But anyways, dude, you end up, so you're a caretaker there now. So how did you end up there?
So,
and I do, to be clear, dude, I don't care what you do. It's usually the last thing that I ask people, right? Like your occupation or whatever, but like it seems interesting to me.
Dude, so I'm glad. I fucking love it. So what happened? I ended up getting out of school, was floating job to job. You know, I worked at a place called Tech Shop. It was like a tool rental place for fucking everything you can't afford. So they had mills and water jet blaster and fucking laser cutters and shit. So you pay for your membership and then you just make crazy stuff. Well, that went under, and I started working at county parks. Mm-hmm. And I applied to JB, and like I sent my application in, and they said, "Oh, that's adorable. You know, like you don't know shit about shit. Like, bye."
Yeah.
So I went and worked at Parks for 2 summers, and County Parks, like, it was fucking awesome. Like, it was great, dude. I picked up trash all day. Like, I just had a 5-gallon bucket and my little grabber, and I pick up trash, put it in the bucket, and I kept a tally of how many buckets I filled up.
Okay.
So like, I'd post on fucking, Instagram, like 55-gallon drum, like, did 2 drums today.
Yeah.
And then it's like, did a roll-off dumpster, and like, how much fucking trash am I picking up here?
Yeah.
It's out of control. So I worked there, and like, they taught me how to use some equipment, got me more familiarized with like, large multi-month operations of doing shit. And then I applied again at JB, and they accepted my application, went in and interviewed, and it was like, I showed up there and I watched the people who walked in, and I'm like, motherfucker, like, you're me. Like, how the fuck, like, what do I, like, what can I honestly tell you right now that will get me in here? Because I want to be with, like, you dudes. Like, this is what the fuck I missed.
Yeah.
And so I was just, I'm a pretty earnest dude, and I just told them what I'm about and like why I want to be here and what my connection to JB is and why I love the cemetery, and started there end of 2018, and I was doing doing burials, grounds work, just cleaning. The first week I was there. I'd worked on the hearse, and we were picking up caskets from a service and taking them to their internment. And I was on my lunch break, and I'm eating a sandwich, and she says, "Is any of this bothering you? Like, it's early first week. You're moving bodies. You're moving these caskets and deceased veterans and dependents around. Like, is that affecting you at all?" I'm like, no, this is a promise we get to keep. Like, this is it, dude. Like, the last thing that the VA is going to do for somebody and their dependents is what I get to do. Mm-hmm. And it's soul fulfilling.
Yeah.
Like, I don't work to make nobody a buck, man. I'm not trying to, like, nobody's getting rich. I'm not out there working so, like, some dude that I'm never going to see in a suit has another fucking jet. Like, I'm working out there every day because a family just had the worst day. And then we complete that service. And then we go to another family who just had the worst day. Mm-hmm. And we do that. And it's something that we can do that, for me, there's like a matter of pride. And like, I don't think everybody can do that job.
Yeah.
Physically, it is exhausting, man. Mm-hmm. Even with equipment, you're still running a gas tamper. And lugging that thing around, and it's just, when it's hot, and it's cold, and like, we don't shut down. Like, there's no, like, we don't say like, oh, snow day, everybody.
Snow days
like,
off, yeah.
It's not, the first year I was there, it was like, like minus 20 or something. It was just freezing, and I got a text like, oh, I hope you're warm today, staying at home. Like, no, like, I wouldn't want to fucking be at home. Like, I wouldn't want to have to say like, sorry, we can't do your service because like we didn't want to come into work today because it's chilly. Yeah, like, what the fuck?
Man, that's crazy. So you like, if you think about, or I think about people, especially on like Veterans Day and Memorial Day, all the photos of the grounds there's like, that's ages old. Yeah. Right? Like, that we take care of the people that protected us. That's a pretty tight ass job, dude. It's not even a job. It's more, I feel weird even saying it's a job. It's more of a service.
It's a fucking passion. Like,
yeah.
It's like if you're there, it's because you care about what you're doing.
I mean, it makes me think about this, dude. So people that are like, so I was a drug abuse counselor.
Shit.
DMX died yesterday, yeah. Right? And drugs. And like, people were sad, and I was like, man, that's like super regular to me. That like, I have a lot of friends that died from drugs. I like work with a lot of people that died from drugs, and it becomes like unceremonious. You know what I'm saying?
Not normal's not the right word, but like
used to it.
Yeah, it's at no point does it ever feel routine, right? Because each each time, like let's say if you're riding on the hearse, and each time you pull up is different, man. Like each time you pull up, there's something different every time. Each person's an individual, and to me, like each person is an individual, and each person receives that same headstone, and the headstones go in a section, and those sections are part of the cemetery. And to me, once you reach, I mean, I couldn't tell you what the number is, but there's some sort of criticality of number where you're no longer a monument of yourself, but you're now a monument of something bigger.
Wow.
And then like I don't know what that mass is, but at some point you see two things and it's impressive, and you see 200, it's impressive, and 2,000, it's no longer 2,000, that's fucking one.
Right.
And that's, we try to look at everything from that one, from the individual to that one of the whole cemetery. And like it's, when you say it's like, it's a great job. It's a great job.
So being like so close to death, right, on a daily basis, do you think that has changed the way you look at life?
So I was talking to this gal about that, and we were talking about how people who, it seems like a lot of people don't realize that they're like a little rubber person who can die at any moment, right? Like, check this out. Here we go. You're born, you die. This is the in-between. Where you at right now? You have no fucking clue, man. You have no clue. I could go out of here, hop in my truck, and a wheel falls off, and I run into a fucking building.
Right.
You have no idea where you're at on this scale. So why are you living like this isn't tomorrow? Like, there's so many chances to do fucking great things with great people, for great people. There's so many ways to engage the world in a way better than we do right now. And for me, that's like, the goal is leave it a little bit better than when I got here, and fuck them if they can't take a joke, like that's it.
Yeah.
What safety third, maybe. What else is there?
Wow. Right on, man. Do you think then, like, do you see like divisions in people as something to be like, let me try to think about how I want to ask this question. Everybody that comes into your job every day, every person, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure you treat with the same amount of respect, right? I'm sure there's like great reverence for them. Do you see that everywhere you go? Does that carry around? Like, I'm trying to say, like, you just said that pretty quickly. It's like you almost, like, you said this a bunch of times, and that you walk around.
No, my doctor told it. My doctor said that to me, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here with this shit, man.
You live, you die. What's in between? Are we all the same? Are we different? How do you view people? How do you view St. Louis? Do you love it? You love the people?
I love St. Louis, man. I fucking love the city, and it, like, especially being at Webster and like being in school with these kids, like I'm out to the East Coast second I get. I'm like, bro, you realize like you're a bright dude. You can go do whatever you want to. Like, you can go to the East Coast and become like, fucking megastar designer. Like, that's something you can do. Or you can stay here, maybe live a little bit more in your means, and do something that fucking matters, not sell Maseratis or shit, man. Like, you can be here in town working with, some of these smaller companies and doing shit that's not going to make you a millionaire, but maybe matters a little bit more to your soul, or maybe does a little bit more for you.
So what matters to you? Like, what's important?
To me, man, like my dog, dude.
Yeah.
It sounds so corny. She's a 3-legged Australian Shepherd. Like, she got hit by a car before we got her, and then she blew out her ACL, so she only had front legs for a while.
Oh, wow.
And she had a little caboose to carry her around, and so like that matters to me. I just started building a Tacoma pickup truck, 4-wheel drive.
What year?
2002.
Okay.
First gen.
Yeah.
Pretty nice.
My favorite car ever is a 2002 4Runner.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's the same platform.
Yeah. You just got a permanent cab back there in the seats.
I tried to buy one from a dude last night. I saw one. I'm like, you want to sell it? He's like, no, I don't.
Luck, man.
Yeah.
There's a dude on Cherokee that's got a Gen 1 taco.
Yeah.
He paid $800 for it, dude, and it's gorgeous. Not
Okay.
even rusted out. But in any case, so like, I don't know, man, cars matter to me. I own a 1974 Volkswagen Thing. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't run for shit. It's rusted to hell. Like, I can start it up, but like, it's got all the parts. It's just like kind of a someday thing. And if you own a Volkswagen Thing, you don't get rid of it. You're never gonna find it.
Are those amphibious?
I don't think so. At least not the civilian ones.
Okay.
The military ones probably did all sorts of crazy shit.
Right on.
But yeah, like I care about being kind. I think that we can be successful as a group more than we can be successful as individuals. I think that the support of your peers matters as much as the support of your family, and sometimes even more, because there's shit that I can tell, like, I love my mom, man, but there's some shit that I'm just not telling my mom ever, you know, like, so having that, and like, I really appreciate that a lot more, like, especially, you know, knowing that with the separation that there was going to be a split of friends, and like seeing people, it's definitely not choosing sides. Like, I don't want to present it that way, but like, there's definitely like a shifting of friendships, and like not a falling out, but like, you know, maybe a distance, and, you know, really appreciating those people who like not only fucking still show up, but still show up and go like, you're okay, man. Like, you're like, you're gonna do this.
Yeah.
And you know, there's been a onesie or twosie who I you know, absolutely said, fucking leave me alone, don't fucking come by my house, like, just fuck off and don't come here. And they're like, okay, well, so I'm outside right now, and I'm like, motherfuckers.
And you appreciated that, or what?
I mean,
or those are the people you're like, no, still get the fuck out of here.
I mean, I appreciate it, but I mean, still get the fuck out of here. But it's like, she was bringing by like, you know, like lemonade for me or something. Like, you know, like, I just want you to feel better, so I'm gonna leave it on the porch. Like, I don't give a fucking go. Like, just let me wallow in some misery here for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm doing great.
Man, I understand that, dude.
Yeah.
No, I get what you're saying. Sometimes I think, man, we don't know what we need. And sometimes we're the only people that know what we need. And I don't understand that paradox or what it is, dude. It's been hard as shit. One of the reasons we started this podcast, I was like, I'm having a real hard time, like, talking and connecting to people.
Yeah.
And I want to, like, I know I need that.
So I saw you at KDHX on the stage. I think it was like a Treehouse podcast thing.
Yeah.
And you were talking about just like how you came to be and like what you were doing in the world. And you said like it's something every time Strange comes up or you come up talking to people, and I'm like, no, the fucking best shit I ever heard this guy talking about was he was talking about making a carpet cleaning company with like, but it was like, I can't. And I always get the details fucked up, and I'm like, I swear to God, he was talking about them wearing like boots and uniforms and coming in and like cleaning carpets.
It was called Delta Force Carpet Cleaning, Waging War on Dirt. And we would go in and fuck people's houses up, like in fatigues and shit. Like,
that's so great,
dude.
And it's like, so like when I was like, I was telling somebody at work about this, and they're like, so what's a podcast about? I'm like, I don't know, man, but like, this dude started a carpet cleaning company like this, and they're like, oh, fucking rad. Like, what's up?
It's funny. Go ahead.
Oh, I just like, I really appreciate like how St. Louis centric you are, and how much you kind of just like appreciate this weird little Midwest gem we've got that just flies under the radar.
Yeah. I think a lot of ways, dude, St. Louis is you, right? Like, this is what I think, like, this is what is tied to me about St. Louis. Tell me if you think this is accurate. If you get out of line in St. Louis, it's a tough city. It's tough people. They'll punch you in your fucking mouth.
It's self-correcting real quick.
Right?
Yeah.
I love that in St. Louis, it's small enough that it'll force you to be honest.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's also big enough that I can meet new people every day.
Totally.
At the same time that somebody will punch me in my mouth for getting out of line, there's a line of people that will help you get back up.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like we love each other and there's a pride in this city. I was thinking about it. We did a podcast before, and I was like, we were talking about St. Louis and like us being divided. And I know that we don't like go to war anymore, but I was like, man, I wonder if like Chicago tried to like fight St. Louis, there would be no division.
Right.
I think that we'd all be at the river.
Right.
Being like, bring it, motherfucker.
Right.
You
There's a bunch of people with torches standing at the
Something,
end
I don't know, dude. I was just thinking,
yeah.
I was like, man, we have these like little factions and divisions and stuff, but I was like, man, we really, I was like, man, we really care about each other here.
It's such a like, and having like I've lived in a lot of different parts of the city, and like having moved all over, you know, you see different things, you see different parts of town, you learn a little bit more about where you're at and the history of St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
There's a dude. So on my website, I've got.
What's your website?
Oh no.
Come on, dude.
Okay, it's IamTylerHarris.com.
Get it.
Okay. So on the website, I've got two things. I've got maps of all the Quonset huts in St. Louis. You know, they're like half circle buildings, big long buildings. They used them like for barracks and shit. You know, they're like made out of steel.
Okay.
So I've got a map of those, and I've got a map of all the fallout shelters in St. Louis. Like I just started collecting them and seeing them as I drove by, and then like I found a website that had a list of a bunch of them, so I started compiling all that shit together. But there's a PBS documentary, and I think it's called like Underground St. Louis. It was made in the 80s. I got a copy of it from the U City Library years ago. But like it's under Cherokee. There's a fucking fallout shelter. I think it's under City Hall, where they still have all the shit in there, and they're like recording it, and they're like, and these crackers, and they fuck crackers like this big, and the dude bites it. But
Really?
it's just, yeah, but it's like all this shit in St. Louis is like they're underneath Forest Park.
Dude, I worked around Forest Park at this restaurant. I had to go downstairs to get some tables. I picked this table up. The table dropped. I fell backwards. The wall was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I was like, what the hell is this? I moved this piece of wood that was the wall, and it was a subway entrance, and it said Fallout Shelter.
Dude, that's what I'm fucking saying, man.
Like crazy.
That shit's all over here. We went and looked at up off of Goodfellow, the government was auctioning off this National Guard building.
Okay.
And like I saw it and like, fuck it, like we got to sign a release to go there. Like obviously it's going to be worthwhile, you know? Like so we all sign our releases and go in there, and there's like it was just an old guard post, but there was a theater in it, like a full-on movie theater.
Okay.
Offices, barracks, all this stuff. We go down in the basement, and there's water pumping shit down there. And then there's this piece of plywood, and it's like liquid nails on the wall. And there's one dude, like, there's one guy getting paid here to be like security, and he's fucking assed out. So he was gone the second we gave her sheets. He's like back to sleep. So I fucking just pull this thing off, dude, and it's a tunnel.
Okay.
100 meters.
Did you go down it?
Fuck yeah, I did.
Okay.
It was a goddamn shooting range.
Shooting range.
So
the 100 meters was a shooting range?
The 100 meters was a shooting range straight down. So they had the fucking, you could run your targets back up the top. It was a part of the ammo factory next door. They're making all these rounds for the war effort, and they're testing them in these fucking tubes underneath. All that shit's still there. The site next to the building we were looking at buying is what do they call it? Like the carburetor plant was, where the EPA's got to come in and clean all that shit up.
Okay.
But so, like, it can't be sold because it has to be mitigated.
Right.
But it's full of these fucking ranges and shit underneath there.
Wow.
That's like...
I knew some crackheads that used to break into that spot.
Yeah.
And they had blocks of aluminum.
Yeah.
And they would steal these blocks. It took several dudes, crackheads working together, to get these blocks of aluminum, but they would scrap them, and they were getting thousands of dollars.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, dude. But I mean, like, some back-breaking work.
Yeah,
but
no
then
shit.
you get to smoke a bunch of crack afterwards.
The reward, I guess.
Yeah. So did it get sold?
It got sold, man, and we were like, it had some foundation problems, and we were like, it was going to be like 4 of us going in on it, so that's sketchy to begin with. And then, so we didn't bid on it. We're like, it's got too many problems. And then it sold for like $200,000.
Yeah.
Like, motherfucker.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's one thing that is insane about this city, dude, is that like there's all these places where people have turned their backs on, and you can buy these buildings and pieces of land, or the city will give them to you. And I hope that they would give them to people that like could benefit from them, not people that have the money that they could buy and develop them.
Right.
But it's crazy that we give our city away that way. And most of the time, a lot of the time, it's people that aren't from St. Louis that are swooping these things up.
And so like that particularly bothers me because like I don't know. I remember being a kid and like all super punk rock kid, right? And everybody's like, "Oh, squatters! Like we'll just go squat a building. Like all we got to do is establish power, and then we own it."
Yeah.
It's like, okay, one, that doesn't work like that. Number two, like where the fuck is there a building you want to go crash into and fuck turn the power back on? Like show me it.
Yeah.
Show me it. Like let's go.
There was a building that my friends did that.
Oh, yeah.
It was pretty tight.
No, I'm not saying I haven't been there. I'm just saying
Yeah.
like as far as like where you're gonna go legit from there.
Oh, right. Yeah. Crossing that bridge.
Yeah,
Good luck,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
When you try to do things legit, I'm
Right.
not even going to get into that.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah,
there's
no.
people you got to pay. I can't imagine trying to take something, the force that would come against
yeah.
you. Come on, dude. Anyways. Well, dude, is there anything that like you want to talk about?
Man, like
Anything you want to ask me?
so. There's one thing I want to talk about, and like it's a little dicey though.
Who cares?
So when I was at school at Webster, there's another student claimed to be a veteran. He went to school for a couple of years there.
Do they call that false flag? Is that what
So
that is?
they call it stolen valor.
Stolen valor.
And it's not illegal. Like it just is like being a piece of shit. It's not illegal. Like you can be a piece of shit. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, nothing wrong with that. Not illegal. So, he lied. He got caught. I found out about it and was outraged because Webster's promoting that person as a veteran still. They have multiple things on their websites talking about him as a veteran. They were promoting him on their Instagram as an artist to be promoted when they can't even like own up to them fucking up about this so bad. And like the dudes, they run ValorGuardians.com. It's a website where they just bust out all these fucking weirdos that want to pretend to be vets. So Valor Guardians, they did a sunshine request, got this dude's records. Got 96 days in service.
He did have 96 days?
96 whole days.
Okay.
So that means he sat in St. Louis waiting to go, got to Fort Benning, got to the 30th AG, and then they washed him out. So he got to the reception battalion where they like, you haven't even met a drill sergeant yet, man. Like they're still like, welcome to the Army. It's going to be great. And he fucking washed out there. Didn't go to basic.
Yeah.
And, it's fucking infuriating to me. So I've emailed faculty. Admittedly, the first time I just like blasted them on Instagram and tagged a bunch of people. I'm like, you fucking assholes! Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? So maybe not like the most adult way to go about that. But at the same time, it's like, are you going to respond to a letter from a lawyer, or are you going to fucking respond when all of your student body gets tagged on Instagram? Well, it turns out my way worked, and they replied to me and basically told me that they're performing an investigation, and then nothing fucking happened.
Webster did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So nothing fucking happened. Then I hit him again, and I'm like, hey, so, about that investigation, this is months later. Hit him again, like, hey, what's up with this investigation? They give me this, like, fucking boilerplate, like, due to, student regulations, we can't give out any records or anything, and we can't disclose the outcome of anything that we've done. And I was like, motherfucker, the article is still up there saying this dude's a veteran. So obviously you're telling me the outcome of your shit is we can't fucking read.
Yeah.
Because it's plain as fucking day.
Can I ask you a couple questions on that?
Shoot, dude.
Hold on one second.
Yeah, man.
I gotta go make donuts like right now.
Oh fuck, are you for real?
In a minute, yeah.
Okay,
No,
okay.
yeah. So Saturday morning's like the only time that I'm not working or with my kids. That's why I wanted to do this then. Wrapping up. What's good? Okay. I can see why you would be so offended. Right?
Yeah.
What do you take that? Man, there's two questions. One, I'll ask them both.
Let's go.
Right. The first thing that comes to mind is Kaepernick kneeling.
Okay.
Right. Address that later. Two. Why do you take it? And it seems like a layup answer, but like, why do you take it so personally? Why are you spending so much energy on it?
So, so it's a super astute question. It's also one that my doctor asked me, which is even more infuriating. Two people now are both like, okay, dude, so why are you so fucking intense?
I'm not
about
trying
this?
to say fuck off about it.
No, I get you.
Yeah.
So there's two things, man. Number one, I believe he received a scholarship from Webster.
Got it.
And at that point, dude, and it wasn't a veteran-specific scholarship. It was just a scholarship. And if that scholarship was any way based on his body of work that he made on his military history, like, he's stealing from other fucking students.
Okay.
Not talking about stealing valor, like what the fuck ever that means. Like, I'm talking about, like, you're taking money out of the pockets of other students because you're a fucking liar. Like, you fucking lie to get what you want. So that pisses me the fuck off. The thing that really infuriates me is that these are people with fucking master's degrees, shiny shoes. They sit in a fucking air-conditioned office or an air-conditioned whatever all day. They don't do capital W work. And they can't fucking reply to an email from a student who is fucking infuriated that they're willing to sit there and just sit there fucking silently rather than address the issue. Like, how goddamn embarrassing is that?
Do you look at, like, do you think it's an us and them thing?
I don't think it's an us and them thing. I think it's the bureaucracy of the administration and institution trying to cover their asses for something they did that's fucked.
Got it.
So I don't want to talk about where this student went to after Webster, but the institution that they went to rhymes with Washington University.
Okay.
So they got what's called a master's degree from there.
You think based on the same credentials?
So I've seen his master's thesis. I've seen the title of it. The word military is in the title of it. His thesis is, they got a special fucking like smart guy college word for it, for like, it's under embargo.
Okay.
So you can't see his thesis. It's not available online. You have to go to WashU, sign a fucking piece of paper. They print it out, put you in a room. You can read it. You can take notes. You can't photograph or copy it.
Got it.
You're an art student making fucking rad art, man. Like, rad art. And you have to write a thesis about your art. What proprietary information could be contained in there needing for you to hold that thesis under embargo? Like, embargo is used for, like, if you're a scientist and you're going to be publishing work later, you put that under embargo so you don't have a pre-published thing.
What if it's under embargo and I don't understand anything about this, but because there's an investigation?
Cool, let me see it.
Right on.
I already put my request into them, and guess what I got back from WashU? Fucking crickets.
Yeah.
That's like, nobody wants to fucking talk to me. It's like, I get it, man. I'm kind of abrasive. I get a little intense. I get hyped up about shit. But, like, we can solve that problem if you just, like, and I've done everything they fucking want me to on their fucking website, and just nobody will talk to me.
Wow. Well, dude, it seems like you are, like, super passionate and personal about your service and what that meant to you. Did you take offense? It seemed like other people were speaking for a lot of people, but I didn't hear anything from people in the military. Like, did you take offense to that?
I took offense to him because he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Like, you're going to spin some yarn about how you're some sort of special forces ultra ranger?
No. No, I'm sorry. Like, the Kaepernick.
Yeah.
Right?
Like,
and man, like, I guess people, I don't know. And I know it's like a dated question, whatever, but like, it's like, I feel like it's bringing it up with me.
Yeah.
But like, you're passionate about your service.
Sure.
And it's awesome and it's inspiring.
Totally.
Your job now is tight.
Yeah.
And the way that you care for it is awesome. I'm wondering, when that was happening, right, saying like, I'm kneeling, did you separate that? Like, did you think that he was dishonoring you?
Fuck no.
Tight.
Look, dude, here you go. Like, number one, like everybody's talking about like all my freedoms of speeches, and you're walking on my freedoms of speeches, and it's like, motherfucker, ain't nobody walking on your freedom of speech. Number one. Number two, that exists to defend the speech that you don't agree with, man. I'm sorry. Like,
right.
It fucking sucks because like there's a lot of people putting some shit out there that I don't agree with that I wish I could just fucking give them 5 across the eyes for it, you know? But that's not the way this works. Like, it sucks. It sucks that some filth gets put out there. And I like, especially all this fucking QAnon fucking weirdness, like all of that shit, like, I don't know how you associate like people talk about like acceptable speech or like acceptable protest. Like, the fuck is that?
It's all the same thing.
Yeah, what the fuck?
What do you mean acceptable? Yeah. Right. No, right. And that's straight up like why I was like,
I'm sorry, you're going to get like, does he need to be in like a protest zone? Is that what it is? Like, we're going to make a fucking square in a stadium. Like, you could protest here silently away from everybody. Like, and then like, he's still not, is he playing again?
No.
See,
employed, whatever.
Yeah,
like,
I don't follow hockey.
I don't, dude, like, I want to know what everybody thinks about everything.
Yeah.
I take in as much information as I can, and then I'm like, okay, dude, now with all that information, like, how do I see this?
Right.
Right? And I don't know, that's just what I do. That's one of the reasons that I wanted to start this, dude, is like, one, get to know people, two, get a bunch of different views of people, and like, hopefully be surprised, entertained, make new friends, show some people like who we are. And this has been tight, dude, and I really appreciate you coming on.
I'm just thankful. I'm thankful to be here every day. Like, I wake up every morning and like I go into work and they fucking bust my balls about it all the time. But like they're like, "Hey Harris, how's it going?" I'm like, "Just happy to be here, dude. Like, just happy to be here." And like some days I say it through gritted teeth because I fucking am not just happy to be here. You know, I got shit going on. But like, if you're not happy to be here, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Right. Or at least if not, you're feeling happy. You're grateful for the fucking opportunity.
And you're looking for the next thing.
Right.
That's it.
Well, right on, man. This has been awesome talking to you, dude, and I appreciate it.
I love it. Go get some donuts.
All right, brother. Be good.
See you.